the close academic circles yet. I'm hoping that they will come around, but there's different motivations for what they do, that's for sure.
If the climate continues to cool the way it has been, it'll certainly cool with global warming. That takes care of the variations. I'd also simply mention one quote from H.L. Mencken: "A man cannot be expected to understand something if his income depends on his not understanding."
Final question of the night, sir.
Thank you. This is for George. Vince Weatherill, Sunset Solar Electric, LLC. I'm the owner, man. Cool. I just had a question. My question is, the ocean is a major CO2 sink. And is there any correlation in the data between the rise in acidity levels of the ocean and change in climate, which you have shown on the graphs? For example, does La Nina and El Nino fluctuate with ocean acidity?
Well, the whole concept of ocean acidity is a bit of a misnomer because the ocean is not acid. It's actually on the alkaline side, and there have been some measurements that suggest it's becoming a little bit less alkaline. But number one, it's tough to really reconcile the data because they don't go back very far. And as far as therefore the effects of that, it's one of those data sets that I don't trust. And I'm not sure what else to say about it. Do you guys want to say anything about it?
Ocean acidity can vary quite a bit. For instance, at the mouth of the Amazon, the ocean is probably a little bit acidic because the fresh water is lighter than the salt water. As it flows out over the ocean, it will remain there for a while. And fresh water is a little bit acidic. That's why we have caves, for instance. Mammoth Cave in Kentucky and Carlsbad Caverns are all due to fresh water being slightly acidic and dissolving the limestone underneath. But once the carbon dioxide is dissolved in the water, ocean water is very heavily buffered, and that's why the pH remains basic at around 8 and hasn't changed much, and is not expected to change much because there is a vast buffering agent there that can take care of all of the carbon dioxide.
There was one off-the-cuff calculation. I didn't make it, and a scientist that I communicate with on some of the websites that I go back and forth on, and some of the scientific circles did an off-the-cuff number. And he's a chemist, Jack Barrett from the Imperial College of London, PhD chemist, and he just made an off-the-cuff calculation that if you took all the carbon and the land masses that dissolved in the ocean, you still couldn't get a acidic level below 7.0. It would fall, according to him, something like from the 8.1 or 2 value where it is now to around 7.1 or 2. So it's impossible to get an acidic ocean the way the Earth and the seawater buffers all this stuff. That was his point. So it is a misnomer to say as you add more CO2, you're acidifying the ocean. You're not acidifying it. It never gets to that value. It just loses a bit of alkalinity, and then some of these guys say, well, that's acidifying. It's not acidifying. It's not the way it works.
And that's where we have to cut it off, gentlemen.